Right, hello, we're in the greenhouse and we're going to have a look at some of the palms I've got grown in here, which will be potentially going outside in the ground or outside for summer. So we'll start this side. So this is a Buccario Phoenix Alfredii, which is also known as hardy coconut. So these are hardy, not UK hardy, but hardy. They'll take a slight frost, but yeah, sort of coconut looking pinnate species, which would be happy outside at the moment, but I've got it in a greenhouse to get some growth going on it. No point slowing it down. Let's get some maximum growth for this year and see how it looks next year. Right, so there's one for you. This is one I looked at in the hardy palms video from the outside looking in. So this is the Brahea armata. In fact, I've got a tag here, so you can pause that and read the information on it if you wish. Mexican blue palm. This is, I actually had this outside over winter. You can see this frond where the damage is along this frond here, which that's obviously half out during winter, so that's that. But it's pushing out a new frond there, so this is obviously before us, a strap leaf before us opened up into the palmate fronds there. But yeah, real nice blue on them, so I'll find a spot for that. That'll go in the ground next year. We'll just get a bit more growth on it, I think, before we rush into that. So ignore the sticker on that. That is not a triangle palm. This is edible date, which I grew from seed last year. So this is a year and a half. I've done them early last year. So a Phoenix dectilifera, or edible date palm. Just repotted them into some deeper pots. I have got one outside and it survived the winter, so I might keep a couple and sell the rest. I've got quite a few of them going. Right, we'll have a quick look at the Bismarck while we're talking palms. So this is one I got just before winter last year, and it had about 4 or 5 decent fronds on it. It soon got root rot. I didn't repot it quick enough, and it was kept too damp over winter and the roots started to rot, so I literally had to repot it, cut all the dead roots off and repot it in this really deep pot because they've got a deep tap root, and see how it goes. They don't like their roots being disturbed at the best of times, especially not when there's half of them are rotted off. They're still rock solid, and this spear is rock solid, so I'm hoping that's going to open up, giving it enough heat. And while we're talking Bismarck here, this is one I grew from seed. I've got 5 seeds. This one germinated within a week and a half, and the other 4 are still sitting on the heat mat, not germinated yet. But I thought I'd killed it, so I went to chuck it out early this morning, and the roots look really good. And when I was digging about, I found this little, it's looking a bit yellowy, but because that was actually underground. So this, the first spear leaf or strap leaf is intact, so hopefully that'll, I think I did have original, one leaf came out and that died off, so that's why I assumed that was dead. But like I say, as soon as I took it out of the pot, roots looked good, and I saw this second strap leaf coming up, so fingers crossed we'll hopefully we'll see some growth on that. So that'll be a good one for the a pot outside for summer, and indoors in the greenhouse for winter or conservatory. But if you haven't heard of a Bismarck palm or Bismarckia nobilis, look them up. They are probably the most beautiful palm in the world. They're absolutely stunning when they get a bit bigger with the blue, big blue palmate leaves. Right, so we've got some more palms grown from seed here. So this is a Roystonia. Nearly lost it over winter. You see a lot of the old fronds really didn't like being indoors. They frazzled off a bit. But since I thought 2 of them were dead actually, but since then got them in a greenhouse as soon as it warmed up and they've pushed out some new leaves. And there's new spear there, so there's a cluster of 3. So they were grown from seed beginning of last year. So I think that's the royal palm, common name. And this is looked in the last video at some outdoor potted palms. This is a king palm, which I've got one outdoors. This is a cluster of 3 in a pot here, so a triple. And obviously you can see the difference between the ones that are in the greenhouse to outside. These are one outside, you literally got 2 fronds on it, where these have at least got 3 fronds plus pushing new ones. So yeah, I'm gonna get some growth on this. It's already starting to look quite a decent plant. Again, these are grown from seed beginning of last year, so 1.5 year growth from seed. I know the pot is raised up there, but these are a good 3.5 4 foot. I think we overlooked a couple here, so we've got a little dwarf queen palm here, which should do well in the pot. And a Chamaedorea microspadix, which in theory is probably hardy outside, you know, underneath a bigger palm, maybe underneath a Trepicarpus or stuff like that, with a bit of overhead protection. That'll probably get through the winter fine, but that'll be one to bring in. I'm not going to risk it. Right, so these are your standard Areca palms, or Dipsas lutescens, golden cane palm, whatever you want to call them. So all these dead ones occurred over winter. I ain't actually got around to cutting them back. So I think these know they're a common houseplant. They don't really do that well over the winter period indoors anyway. They really need good light and decent temperatures. But yeah, since coming to greenhouse, they've all pushed out new fronds. So I've got 2 pots there. These are actually these are half the size of this last year, and I think I paid about £1 a pot for these because they were looking a bit rough. I think that was home base. So yeah, they're sort of a rescue plant. So give them a few years and these things can get huge in the right conditions. So yeah, we'll see how them ones go. Right, so this is probably more common as an indoor plant. This is a Chamaedorea metallica. So it's sort of got a metallic sheen to the leaves. They sort of go a grey, steely colour. It's still a fairly young plant. That'll do well outside in a semi-shaded spot, understory. I've got a palm here, I still don't know what it is. It's not looking too good. I've had to cut some of the brown and leaves off. It's supposed to be Licuala grandis, but I don't think it's that because they've got like one continuous leaf and this is already split, so it's definitely not that. But this is one I grew from seed last year, so we'll see what that turns into. We've got a Dipsas trying to think the species. It's a triple anyway. I bought these the seedlings last year. I think I paid £10 for a pot of 5, so I repot this into a triple. I've got a couple outdoors at the moment. Don't remember the species. It is a it did have Dipsas or Areca palm, which is obviously not the standard Areca, which that one is. This is a slightly different Dipsas, but a lot wider petioles. Yeah, a bit more of a tropical look to it. And this one's a red lantern, which is really quite a tropical plant, but really unusual for a palm, because it's you can see the red outlines to the fronds and the red, and it's sort of almost a grey as it gets towards the beginning of the trunk there. So quite a good looking palm, quite an unusual one for the UK. Like I say, not really suitable for, probably be okay for the main summer months outside, but definitely won't take any cool temperatures. So that's a little look at the palms I'm growing here. I have got another one here. I'm thinking this is one I grew from seed. I only popped this year, but I actually had the seeds for over a year before it did pop, and I ended up chucking them all in one bag. So I think it may well be a Boutea Yeti. It's either that or Queen Palm, but I think I'm going to go for the Boutea. We'll have to see as it gets a bit bigger. And last but not least, not technically a palm, but I've got a traveller's palm, which is more closely related to bird of paradise. So these things, again, if you've seen any pictures of mature specimens there, they get absolutely massive. So I don't know really why I'm growing it, but I got some seeds anyway and managed to get one to germinate. So yeah, at the moment it looks a bit like the white bird of paradise. So this is a leaf from last year, so you can see they're not really liking the overwintering, but since coming into the greenhouse, kicked out a new leaf here, and we've got a new one about to unfurl. So I believe they call them travellers' palms due to the fact that in the old days when they were travelling about in these new found countries, these leaves, I believe, fill up with water to an extent. So travellers used to just come along and just tip the leaf over and drink fresh rainwater from the leaves. So that's why they're called travellers' palms. But yeah, bit different. So I think that is it for the palms going on in the greenhouse. So thanks for watching.